on the subject of, like, say, Montas, just to give an idea what Stroman's perception was in the industry, Montas got traded into a race in 2022 with the Yankees and could hardly have pitched worse for 8 starts. He pitched in one game in late September last year, and he got $16 million. Marcus Stroman, who was an all-star last year, got $18.5 million for 2 years. The people who are asking you the question, like, why didn't he get more? Like, the fact that this is what the industry, at a time where they're begging, right? Tyler Mahle had Tommy John surgery, got two at $22 million. He's not going to pitch before probably August, right? Severino got $13 million off of almost a 7 ERA last year. People are desperate for starting pitching, and yet they weren't desperate for Marcus Stroman. Now, will that lead to Stroman looking into the depth of his soul and saying, why did this happen to me when I'm still relatively just at the end of my prime? And if I was kind of not an off-field problem, I'd probably be looking at like a 5-year, $100 million contract. I don't know. The Yankees are not dealing with great actors. They just, they got out of, it feels a little bit to me like they all whined about, like, oh, I can't believe Alex Rodriguez's 10-year contract, and they waived him. And the second that contract was done, they traded for Giancarlo Stanton. Like, as if, like, we learned our lesson. No, we didn't. They just got out of Josh Donaldson, and now they're into Stroman. At the same time, they're into Verdugo. At the same time, they're into Carlos Rodon. It feels to me like the Yankees have said, we think that we still have some veteran championship Jorge Posada, Derek Jeter clubhouse that could absorb all this. I want you to know, once CC Sabathia and Brett Gardner walked out that door, I'm not sure they can.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a question. And that was a big question with Stroman. And that's why people were surprised he opted out of the 1 for 21. And then, he got a 2-year 37, which to me, I thought that was about what he was going to get. So I'm not surprised by that. But the fact that Toronto, the Cubs, the Mets didn't want him back, that should be the thing that really tells him something. He worked for those places. They know him best. He may claim that they did or whatever, but from what I understand is they did not want him back. So, the field was somewhat limited because he pitched for 3 teams, so it was limited to 27, but there certainly was, and there is a need for pitching all around. I mean, he talked to Baltimore, Boston, Angels, Giants. I don't know that any of those teams eliminated him because of the fact that he's a tough personality. So, the need for pitching is great. I don't like the fact that the Yankees are taking the route that's saving them money and getting a character question. I'd rather the Yankees, who have the highest revenue in baseball, go for the best player.